Check it out, guys. What I have for you today is this brand new 2025 Mazda CX-50, and for the first time ever, they have a hybrid model, which I'm going to review for you today. I'm back here at Mazda of Port Charlotte, Florida. They were nice enough to let me spend some time with this vehicle, so I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out as far as the design, powertrain, technology, capacities, and the test drives. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel and hit that like and subscribe button. Now let's go back to this. Well, Mazda CX-50 is not new. It came out a few years ago, and out of nowhere, to be honest with you, a lot of people thought that it was going to replace the CX-5, and yet they're still sell side by side. It has a little bit different flavor than the CX-5. This one is a little bit more sporty. It has a little bit different character. The CX-5 is a little bit larger vehicle, and a lot of people like it, so they both are on sale, but only the CX-50 is getting the hybrid engine right now. And let's take a look, see what's going on. And that is very nice, sleek, and sporty. If you look at the front end of it, it's got aggressive lines, and we have the LED lights on this vehicle. We have the LED turn signals and daytime running lamps right here at the bottom. We also have the air curtains, which are functional to help with aerodynamics on this vehicle. The grille is large with a big Mazda logo, has a lot of shiny elements, and the bottom of this vehicle is finished with the shiny black color. Now the hood is quite long, and let's take a look at this brand new powertrain. And the powertrain is brand new to Mazda, but it's not completely brand new. It is actually borrowed from the Toyota RAV4. So it's a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine assisted by 3 electric motors. One sits in the back and has a direct drive, making this vehicle an all-wheel drive, and 2 electric motors assist in the front. And the engine is mated to a CVT transmission. It achieves a great gas mileage. 38 is the combined number, 39 in the city, 37 on the expressway. 0 to 60 about 7.6 seconds. So not the fastest, not the slowest. Let's take a look at what else is going on. Now we have the Mazda cover on it, but it is a Toyota power plant. We have some sound insulation underneath, and the hood is propped up nicely by 2 struts. And check it out, guys. I like the design of it. It's nice and sporty. Now, I'm not digging really that big black cladding that they have all around the wheels and at the bottom of this vehicle, but that's the flavor of the CX-50. We have the 17-inch black wheels. Size of the tires, 225 by 65. We have the hybrid logo right on the side. Black mirrors with the turn signals and blind spot assist. Everything around the windows, with the exception of this trim piece in the back, is covered with black. We also have the low profile roof rails, and as you can see, it extends as far as the fender flares in the back. That makes it wider, makes it sportier. I actually like the back end design as well. We have these sleek LED lights with the turn signals, backup lights, the whole 9 yards. This is just a trim piece on the side, but Mazda kept the dual exhaust in the back, which is not very typical to any of the hybrid vehicles. We have the hybrid badge on the side. Of course, big Mazda logo, CX-50 on one side, and then we have the rear view camera. Now this is a power lift gate, and let's take a look as far as the roominess. And that's not bad. 29 cubic feet behind the seats. If you fold them down, you got 56, so not bad at all. Now let's see what's going on underneath here. So we have a spare tire. For those of you who are afraid of being stuck on the side of the road, there's a spare tire underneath here. We have the ability to fold down the seats by basically pulling on these levers. We have some illuminations in here, cargo hooks, and the ability to put the cargo cover here, which is not a standard equipment. Now this is what we have for cargo. Let's see what we have for passengers. And starting with this rear door panel right here, right on top, we have some hard plastic, but all of this on the inlays and the armrest, this is nice and soft. As you can see, this is a 2-color configuration. Now we have the window controls, a bit more storage down here at the bottom. We have the illuminated CX-50. This is, by the way, an added option to it. And what's going on the interior? I like this red color. This is not this in-your-face red, kind of toned down. I like it. This opens up. You have 2 cup holders, and the passenger seat, we have a little bit of seat back storage, not in the driver's seat. And then in the middle, we have the vents, 2 USB Type-C ports, and a bump right here in the middle. Now, it doesn't seem like I would have as much room in here, but let me jump inside and see if that's true. Well, I adjusted the front seat to my regular driving position. Now, I want to point out one thing, that these doors open nice and wide, but it is a compact SUV. So I'm 5'11". I have this seat adjusted to my regular driving position. I am resting my knees in the back of the seat, so it could benefit from a little bit more room. So if you are planning on carrying more taller people in the back, the knee room might be an issue. The headroom, I have about an inch because this vehicle has a panoramic sunroof that takes up a little bit of that room, but about an inch, not much, and plenty of shoulder room. So just keep that in mind if you're shopping for a vehicle like this. It's not the roomiest in the back. And as always, before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Boom, and that's nice and solid. Now we're going to check it out from the inside too, so worry nothing if that's what you're waiting for. Now on the inside, we have a little bit different trim in the front. So you have this leather with red contrast stitching, adding that nice touch to the interior. Bose makes the stereo for this vehicle. We have an additional speaker down here at the bottom, Twitter, of course, up on top. Window mirror lock controls and a bit more storage. CX-50 on the door plate, that's illuminated, and we have the power adjustment for both driver and passenger seats. Now, if you look at the seat itself, I really like it. Now, it's perforated in the middle. It's solid on the sides right here. You also have this trim in the middle. Mazda really is going for that premium look, and in my opinion, they are succeeding. Let me know what you think about it. We have a nicely bolstered seats, but they're still nice and comfortable, even for a wider person. Now, let's take a look at the rest of this interior. And before I close the door, let's take a look at what's going on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. So this is where you can open your power liftgate, 2 memory seat settings. You can open your gas tank, turn off the traction control, or turn on or off like the lane keep assist, your safety features. So let's take a look at what else is going on. The steering wheel. Now, this is a little bit too thin for me. I mean, it's thicker in the right places. It's got some stitching on the inside, but I kind of wish it was a little bit thicker. Now we have the Mazda logo in the middle. We have the volume control, source control as far as your media, and then you have the info button, phone button. Now you have the cruise control, adaptive cruise control. This is what's going on the right hand side. Now as far as the instrument cluster, this is a digital instrument cluster, but in an analog settings, if you will. So right on the left hand side, you have the charge and power for the hybrid system. On the right hand side, you have the fuel gauge. You also have the temperature gauge, and right here in the middle, you see the total range, the temperature outside. The vehicle's got 19 miles on it. You have the speed that's displayed in here. And let's take a look. We can change this to the regular speedometer, which probably would be my preferred way of looking at it. And in the middle, you can see, first of all, the direction of travel, average 18.5 miles per gallon. This is a brand new vehicle, and it's been demoed many times for people, so it doesn't have the true reading of it. And then the lane keep assistant back to this display that we've seen. So very nice, very clear. Okay, but some of the competitors are going the extra step and making it really, really nice. Now, as far as this, now is this a touchscreen? No, but you can connect it to Android Auto, Apple CarPlay wirelessly. And let's take a look and see what else is going on. So first of all, you have the information, entertainment, so that this would be your media basically. So Sirius XM, AM and FM. Okay, press for menu, source list, favorites, browse, etc. So as I said, AM, FM, Sirius XM, and the Bluetooth media. Let's go back to the main menu here and let's see what else is going on. As far as the communication, of course, you can connect your phone. Navigation system, I don't believe it's standard, but let's see. I've been surprised before. Okay, it's ready for the navigation system, so you have to buy the SD card. And then typical Mazda fashion, it shows you the compass, latitude, longitude, and altitude. And let's go back to the main screen, and here's your settings button. In vehicle display, sound settings, safety, vehicle settings, connectivity settings, and system settings. By the way, the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, those are both wireless connection. And let's take a look at one more thing since we're here already, and this is the rear view camera. I gotta tell you, I like the quality of the rear view camera. I don't like the size. I think it should be bigger. And it's making this droning noise that would drive me crazy, but that's so typical for all of the hybrid vehicles basically. So this would be your infotainment system. This is the 10.3-inch screen, by the way. The rest of the design, I actually like it. The same trim as we've seen on the doors continues right on the dashboard. Here we have this contrast stitching. We have the vent kind of out of place in my opinion, just right here. I know it's for the passenger, but they could have done a little bit nicer work of incorporating that in it. And this tiny screen, this is for your climate control. So you have the dual zone climate control, and then the shortcut buttons for it. You have the 3-stage heated seats for both driver and passengers, power button. And then what else we have? Cup holders. This one doesn't have the wireless charging pad. Surprise, surprise. All right, so this is your regular gear shifter. Okay, you can put it in sport mode if you like to, and then that works as such. This is your MI drive. Let's take a look at what drive modes we have. So first of all, so we have the trail, normal, and power mode. I'm going to leave it in power mode, and let's see how that performs. Right down there, this is your controller for the infotainment system. This is your volume, seek track button, favorite buttons, and you can set it off for the EV mode if you'd like to. On the other side, we have the parking brake and auto hold for your brakes. And then we can open up a bit more. Oh, look, see what I said about not having the charging pad? Well, there is one right here, but for a smaller phone zone, I don't think my phone would fit. It doesn't look very big. Anyways, we have 2 USB Type-C ports inside of here. This is not the deepest, but you can put some stuff in here if you'd like to hide it from people's view. Now, nothing's going on as far as the mirror. Up on top, we have the light controls, and we have the sunglasses holder, and we have the panoramic sunroof. So open up the shade. This is a power shade, and it lets a lot of light inside the cabin. I actually like it. And you can also open it up, of course, slide it open. Nice windscreen. And this is what you have as far as the sunroof. Now, you have the illuminated mirrors, and this is it. This is the interior of this 2025 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid. Talk about pricing and take it for a spin. As far as pricing for the CX-50 Hybrid, it starts at $33,970, which is about $3,500 more than the regular non-hybrid one. And it starts with a preferred model. Now, we're sitting in the premium one, which is the middle of the line. That starts at $37,400, and then it tops off the Premium Plus, and that's at $40,050. This particular one is just over $40,000. It has a few extra features added on it that I'm going to list in the description of this video so you know what I'm looking at. Now, let's take it for a spin. And first things first, when you sit in this vehicle, you sit up higher, but not too high. You have a good visibility as far as the front of this vehicle. If you turn back, it has plenty of windows, so the visibility is good as well. The mirrors could be slightly bigger, but that's so typical to Mazda. They have this tear-shaped mirrors, which are not the biggest. But again, you know, if you get used to it, you're going to have some good visibility of it as well. It's nice and quiet. That starts off with the electric mode, and, you know, once you start driving, now I'm in the power mode, so it's going to give me the maximum power of this vehicle. We're going to definitely check it out if it's got enough pickup and go to merge it in traffic. Now, not very important, but I'm still going to try to check out the acceleration from the stop. And yep, it's got 50. This is a 55 mile per hour road, so we're at about 55. Okay, no problem in merging in traffic. It has a bit of a noise. I am kind of surprised. I thought it was going to be a little bit quieter. Well, let's take a look and see on this side road if we can do maybe like a 0 to 30 or 40 acceleration and see what that looks like. And then we're going to switch it into a different mode and see how that compares with it. So here, side road, nobody here. We're going to stop. Power mode, which is the most powerful one right now, and let's go. Ooh, it's got some nice pickup. All right, 50. Not bad. Definitely enough for the regular driving, and this is what you're gonna buy it for, probably. We're gonna put it in the normal mode, and let's see how that compares. All right, so it's more civilized, not as loud. Nice and quiet while coasting, of course. Now we have the 17-inch rims with a lot of meat on them. I think the looks of this vehicle would benefit with having a little bit larger wheels, but that's just cosmetics. And I think that larger balloon or larger sidewall of the tire, that definitely complements the ride. Now, see, as far as the lane keep assist, when I'm veering off the lane, it's going to give me that audible warning, as you could hear, that say, hey, stay in your lane. Thank you. Noted. All right, I'll put it in the EV mode to start off with. Of course, this is not a plug-in hybrid, so it doesn't have a range per se, and it says EV mode cancel due to acceleration. So it's really, for rolling through the parking lots maybe and stuff like this. Typical Toyota hybrid system. Well, speaking of Toyota, speaking about the competition, let's see where this competes with. So we have this Honda CR-V hybrid, then we have the Tucson hybrid, Sportage hybrid, of course, RAV4 hybrid. And those are the main competitors in the segment. Now, I think this is slightly smaller than the competition. The CR-V, in my opinion, was the largest one, followed closely by the RAV4. Maybe even RAV4 was a little bit larger, but that's at least the feel that I've gotten. And as far as the roominess, we got more in either one of those. Then we have the Sportage and Tucson, the Korean siblings, if you will, and that's a part of the segment as well. Not bad at all. I mean, I like this powertrain, and certainly this is for people that are not going to have many friends joining them on their everyday drive. If you have small kids, that's fine. If you have somebody bigger like my size to put in the back, they're going to be suffering. So just keep that in mind. But overall, a very nice vehicle. A big pluses for this, that interior is absolutely amazing. I think that they've done a great job using the high quality materials, and definitely this is what Mazda's been aiming for, going after that premium customer at a not so premium price, and they definitely deliver. Now, there's a few mishaps in my opinion, like I don't like this vent right here in the middle, but that's just minor things. But overall, the interior is good. Kind of wish that the infotainment system was touchscreen, but the way that it's positioned, I can't even reach it with my finger. So I guess that's the point that Mazda wants to do. Like, okay, well, we don't want you to lean forward to touch it, just use the trackpad. So if you're okay with that, this is a great vehicle, and overall a nice addition to the Mazda lineup. Well, guys, let me know what you think about this vehicle. Would you buy this versus the competitors? Maybe you have one, so share your thoughts with it. I really appreciate all the comments, and I try to respond to all of them. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you learned one or two things about this brand new Mazda CX-50 Hybrid. And if you did, don't forget to show me some love, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.